Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. You guys know me. I'm Nancy Ganzikofer, business coach and body language trainer to interior designers, and I am here with Kim Vanderpool of Fresh Impact Social Media. Welcome, Kim.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, something happened to my, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, I got it. I went live on Instagram and it was playing in the background. Could you hear it?
No, I couldn't.
Okay, well, that's good. All right, now give me 1 more second and I'm going to try to refresh my Facebook and share it into the group, the Interior Design Business Forum, because Facebook is playing games lately and making it harder for us to share videos in the group. So let me see if I can get this done. And then we're going to start chatting about smart social strategies for social media and how people can get their content calendar planned. This is a big deal for people.
It is. It is. And it's something that we, like most things in life, we overcomplicate. And so hopefully today you'll walk away with some very practical tips that will help make it simpler for you.
All right, let's do it. All right. So tell us about some content calendar tips that we can plan in advance so we're not locked into being tied to our computer all the time.
Perfect. And that leads into something that I heard this morning that I just felt like it was important to share. Wow. When it comes to our life and especially our marketing, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be intentional. Okay. And I thought that was like where I see, especially in our Get It Done Club, what hangs up a lot of people, business owners, designers included, is that they want everything so perfect that it stops them from actually showing up.
Well, let's be honest. Interior designers are mostly perfectionists.
Yes.
Right? Because when someone hires them to do their space, it has to be as perfect as possible. And I always say, you're not looking for perfection, you're looking for fabulous.
Correct. And you want to be professionally shown. So I don't want you to show things that are not professional, but it doesn't have to be perfect, because chances are they're not going to notice on an Instagram photo if the picture is not centered perfect. So that's just kind of, I just thought it was a really good thing to keep in the back of a mind about when we come to using the, especially with the content calendar. And the benefits of having a content calendar, you've already mentioned it, is that we're not tied to our phones or the computer.
Yes.
It really does. Someone that, we create content for 30 some clients every month, and having a content calendar saves so much time and so much stress. Because
give me an example of what do you mean by a content calendar, just for people who don't even know what that means.
So a content calendar, I like to think of it as like pillars. So we have these pillars that we want to try to achieve according to your different marketing goals. And so the pillars could be for like designers. It would be like design tips, project showcases, behind the scenes, client testimonials, about you. So we have our main pillars, and then we look at a 4-week grid or just a monthly calendar, and then saying, okay, I want to post 3 times a week. And so I need to make sure that I cover each one of my pillars so that people can have a balanced approach of who I am. And so say if you we'll make it easy, 6 pillars. That means for the first week, you cover 3 of those pillars. The second week, you cover the next 3 of those pillars.
If you're posting 3 times a week.
If you're posting 3 times a week.
Okay.
And a good way to do it for us is we like to use the days of the week in the, what's alliteration. So like if Tuesdays is a great day. So one week we do a Tuesday tip, and the next week we do a Tuesday testimonial. The next week we do a Tuesday tip, and the next week we do a Tuesday testimonial. So it's always easy. It's like, it's Tuesday. Okay. It's either a tip or testimonial. We eliminate that choice. It's a simple something.
Yes. I like that.
Yes. Another one that we like to do a lot is, so designers, it's different than what I see sometimes, like some coaches or in other industries. Sometimes I was actually doing a review. There was a local company that is really struggling. So I went to their socials and they said, we're doing socials. It's not working. Well, I went to their socials. It's not working because all you're doing is selling to me.
Yeah.
You're not.
We get into that sometimes when we're in promo mode and it's like, oh, this is looking ugly. How do we stop this? But we're in promo mode. So how do you mix it in? Right.
Right.
So a good rule for designers though.
Right. A good rule of thumb, especially if you're a product-based business or if you're an interior designer that has a product, or even when you're selling your services, 1 promotional post to 3 other posts.
So if you're in a promo period and you're trying to promote something, you should be posting, you could post more times in order to get that balance.
Of course. Correct. And so it's interesting because, I follow all the influencers on social media, all the trainers, and some say, well, you're supposed to post on stories one time, one week, one day, then leave it a day, and then another day. And then you're only supposed to post this, once a week or 5. Test it. It's interesting. I have a personal Instagram, and so I'm just using it as a testing platform. And I've been uploading a video. It's not even a live video, uploading a video every day for the last 10 days. And my reach has increased 1,400%.
To stories or to your wall?
To my reels, feed.
Reels.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So, it was just like, I'm just going to see, it's not even like I'm intentionally trying to grow it. Basically, I'm just sharing that I'm walking. So it's really silly. I'm showing up bedhead, no makeup most days.
That's okay.
Very real, authentic, but it's my personal brand. So I'm not as scared to. Now for me, it's the conversion of how can I still show up like that in my business brand?
Well, as a business coach, Kim, I would tell you to stop doing that. Get rid of your personal Instagram and do your reels about your personal stuff in your stories and keep it that way rather than trying to manage 2 Instagrams, right? But it's scary. Like everyone has this fear.
It is. And especially like designers.
Right?
Yeah, especially like designers, if they're individuals or if they've got a team and a company, it's a little bit different of approach. So like Fresh Impact is a company. So I'm representing me and my team, where my personal is like, I can talk about everything. But it's mindset. And I can talk about everything on my business brand, but a mindset. So I want designers to know I get you. It's hard. It's hard to bring that in.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the experts, they're going to say, well, you should do 1 reel 3 times a week, or they're going to say this and that. I say, test it, see what works. And looking at what your goal is. If your goal is to have a curated feed that represents your brand well, that's different than if your goal is to want to get new clients. And that's different than if your goal is to be an influencer.
Yes.
So it kind of depends on what your goal is. That's also depending, the more times we post, the more visibility that we have and the more times that people can see you and develop that know, like, and trust. So for like you with your promo period, you would be posting more, but a great alternative is if you know that a promotion is going out at 8:00 in the morning. Well, then about noon, you could do a short little 30-second video of you making a salad for lunch and just incorporate
my potato latkes that I made this morning.
Right. Yes. Or if you take Millie out for a walk real quick. Yeah. Because I was thinking about what we're talking about today, and it's like, okay, what do I know about Nancy? I know she likes to walk on the beach. I know she's got a dog named Millie. I can tell that from your Facebook or from your Instagram feed. Right. If you go to my business one right now, you can tell that I share social media tips, but you don't get to know who I am. And I think
that's so important. You tell people every day, make sure they're in their own feed, because that's what people want to know.
Right. And so that's what I would encourage for designers. A simple thing with the content tips and content calendar is think about, what do you want people to know? No offense, there are designers a dime a dozen. There are lots of designers out there. So the ones that I'm seeing succeed right now are the ones that are showing more than just their portfolio pictures.
Huge. It's huge.
They're the ones that are showing they live in San Francisco. So they're doing a quick little video tour on the little trolley that they're on, and like, hey, I love my community. And they're tagging other individuals. We underestimate how important it is to tag. I just bought a book by the mayor of our local community, and I tagged him. And that story went further than anything else because I tagged somebody. And so don't be afraid to tag. If you go out and you stop for a quick cup of coffee when you're out doing your client runs or whatever you're doing, tag them. Like, there's simple little things to do that's in addition to the content calendar. The content calendar is so that you're consistent and you're showing up and people can trust you.
Yeah. I like what you said, like set your pillars and then plan in advance. Okay. I need a tip Tuesday, and I need a testimonial Tuesday for next Tuesday, and a tip Tuesday after that. So now you can plan all that in advance. And then what do you do on Thursdays, right?
Right. And if someone doesn't have any social media presence and the thought of social media wants to make you go throw up, the tip Tuesday and the testimonial Tuesdays are a great start. Start with there.
Simple.
Yep, start right there. Wednesdays, I like to consider website Wednesdays. And websites are where your portfolio should shine. And that's where you want to direct people there so they can see it. So, yes, we want people to see our Instagram feed and that it's pretty and that we have nice pictures there. But Instagram is to build a community and relationships. And again, build that know, like, and trust. And it's a perfect opportunity to do that where your website is pretty stationary. You update it, but that's where that portfolio lives.
Right.
And so driving people, like if you have a picture of a kitchen that you've redone, in their caption say, look at, this beautiful kitchen, whatever. You want to see more? Check out my website to see the whole project. Invite people to do that. Give them something to do.
So that goes back to that call to action. Okay. But easy content calendar tips is like, if you lay out 3 months worth of the next quarter,
right.
And you say every other Tuesday is going to be this. Every opposite Tuesday is that. Every Saturday I do this. Every opposite Saturday I do that. And you lay it out and you start doing this. You can then also change it 3 months from now and change your iterations to something else. Makeover Monday,
Right. Wallpaper Wednesday. There's all kinds of alliterations. And then you sit down and you plan your content and you could almost have it done. So if I did all my testimonials for the next 3 months, I sat down for an hour, I'd have them all done. I don't have to think about that piece of it. Then the next time I sit down for an hour, I could do the tips or I could do back behind the scenes. And so just because you have consistent calendar doesn't mean you can't throw like, oh, this is a really good post. Oh, I can't post it because it's not on my calendar. No.
Right. Those are extras. At least your standard 3 times a week is set so you don't have to sit and dwell all the time like, oh my God, I got to figure out what to post. It's scheduled in the calendar, in the scheduler, and now anything extra is exactly that. Extra.
Right. Yep. So those are some really quick tips. No, don't be afraid to show who you are. And I am going to be working on that myself and one thing I hear a lot about is video. Like, I don't like people to see me on video. Well, I had a realization the other day. People see you all the time, whether you like it or not. Like, I told a colleague, I said, well, I just look like I'm fat on video. It's like, okay, well, they're seeing me anyway. That's not changing just because I don't see myself all the time. We don't like video because we don't like to see ourselves. It's not because other people, they already see us that way.
Yes.
They already know who we are. And that's right now, I'm not as doing live because I need a little more confidence in doing live, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the more you do the video, the less you feel like you're stuttering, the less you feel like you're trying to word find and stuff. So
you know what you're making me think. Because I do these crazy things.
Yes.
We should do a challenge.
Sure. I'm up for it.
We should see if anyone's watching and they're interested in doing a challenge. We could come up with I always try to go for like a month, but maybe that's too long. Maybe we do a 2-week challenge live every day on your Instagram, even if it's 15 seconds, something, and see if people want to join us and tag each other. We can come up with a way. I'd love to know if anyone's actually interested in doing this. So as you listen, if you are, say yes. We're not going to hold you to it. We're just singing if this is even an idea, because I think this is something a lot of people struggle with. And I'd love to have this little community where we support each other and everyone goes live every day.
And what happens is that, say that we have this challenge July 15th through July 31st. We'll do 2 weeks through the end of the month. Then, and they can tag you and I, then their stuff gets shown to other people. And that's where the beautiful of that community on the Instagram community. So instead of getting frustrated because it's not working, getting mad because it doesn't work, let's work with the way that it was intended. It was intended to build community. It's intended to be social. Yes. And if we can encourage that and figure out ways we can do that. And if you don't want to join our challenge, find a colleague that you work with locally, or find a colleague, even, another interior designer, and share their work in your stories. Like, oh, I'm so proud of my friend Sally here, and look what she designed, and give those kudos. And it is just really amazing how that roll going. So.
All right. Well, I think nobody's saying yes because everyone is scared. And I know there are people watching on Instagram and on Facebook and on YouTube. But I think we should try to put this together ourselves anyway, because I do think there are a bunch of people who really need the encouragement, the support. I told you before we went live, like, I see you're using your fitness app again, and you and I are friends on the fitness app. So you're like, I'm watching you do your walk, your swim. And I'm like, I should go do it. It's encouraging when you do things together, which is why my Profit Insider group program is so nice, right? People do things together and it makes them feel supported.
Right, right. And that's, like the Get It Done Club. It's because I can sit and coach you and hold your hand and give you kudos, and you can message me and say, look what I just did. Because we need to tell people, like, how silly. I'm out walking every day and it's not even 5,000 steps. And I'm telling the world, like, I'm walking. It's not really that big of a deal. But you know what? Last night when I didn't feel like walking, it's like, oh, but I told him I would walk. And so I better get down on that treadmill. So
yeah. And around here, when it feels like 105 degrees, you don't feel like walking.
Right. Right.
And I'm walking in the dark. Just funny end of story. We walked at 10 o'clock, 9:30 last night, sweating my ass off. Like, it was crazy hot here in Florida, like nothing I ever expected. But yeah, if I'm challenged to walk every day and do a quick video, I'm going to do that every day, right? Because I don't want to commit to something and not do the follow through, right?
Correct. And so we are here to help and make it simple. And actually a free resource for content tips. And then we also just launched a marketing kit that is $7 a month. And it has got every captions and ideas for every single day of the month. And it's got all the national holidays. We actually got graphics and you can customize and stuff like that. So not knowing what to post is a bad excuse.
Yes, it is, because like you, we have a ton of content to tell people what they can post. It's really not about that. It's all the mindset. And really, sometimes we just don't like social media, but we're stuck here because this is how we grow our business, right?
Right.
Or we like it for personal reasons. It's kind of fun, but for business, it's like, oh, but you are going to love it when it starts bringing you business. And it'll start bringing you business when you create a easy content calendar for yourself and then add to it additional things that get you the visibility and the socializing. All right. Tell everyone about the Get It Done Club, because I think this is the greatest thing. And I put all my Profit Insiders in it because I think it is key to their success. So tell everyone about it.
And actually with your Profit Insiders, the ones that show up to the club and they use the platform, you can really see their growth. It's just amazing. So the Get It Done Club, we have open office hours 4 times a week where we hop on Zoom, and I am your coach, your accountability partner, your cheerleader, your trainer, your teacher, whatever you want me to be when it comes into the online space. So yesterday we helped somebody do Facebook ads. We've helped them create reels. We've helped them show, where do you find trending music? What kind of size videos do you need? A whole variety of
how do you
things.
create videos in Canva to make it easy, like things like
what's the best app to use? What is working now? Do I do stories every day? So anything that has to do with up-to-date trends is kind of where it's just nice to keep our people notified of that, and that's what we can do through the club. And then we have a scheduling software program that they can use so that we can get that content out there and scheduled and be consistent. And then we have a little Academy Hub where we offer free templates and free resources, any trainings, teachings, planners, those kind of things that are available just to help make it simple for them.
All right. So if you guys are suffering with your social media, not knowing what to post, not knowing when to post, how does it work? What are the different neighborhoods of Instagram, Facebook, all the LinkedIn, right? You do it all. You have the knowledge of it all. So check out the Get It Done Club. Go to freshimpactsocialmedia.com. Is there a link to join the Get It Done Club there, or do they have to get on your calendar first?
If they have questions, they can make a comment and ask, set up appointment to have a quick 15-minute call that just kind of, because we don't want people in the club if they aren't for sure if it's them. So we can explain more about that. But the marketing clip, the Get It Done Club. And then if they just like, hey, I know what I'm doing, but I need a scheduling software, they can actually, we are offering that now for people just to use the software program. So that is all.
So they don't have to be in the Get It Done Club just to get access to the software program. They can get, you can give them a license to the software program that can schedule on all their social media platforms except for Pinterest, I believe, right?
Nope, Pinterest works too.
Oh, Pinterest works too.
Pinterest, TikTok. Yep.
All right. Awesome. Yep. All right. Thank you so much, Kim.
Thank you.
Everyone go head over to freshimpactsocialmedia.com. Check out the Get It Done Club. It is key to keeping your social media consistent, on brand. And listen, the bottom line is people are going to check out your social media, even if they found you on Google, because if they see your social media is haphazard, hasn't been attended to, isn't showing your best self, they may not hire you because they're going to think, well, if they can't run their social media, how are they going to run a business?
Correct.
Right. So it's a reflection of how efficient you are in my book.
Right. And social media is where people are at. People are checking Facebook 3-5 times a day. Like, this is where they're at. Whether we like it or hate it, it's silly not to utilize it to promote our business.
Yeah, because it's free, unless you pay for ads. So, all right. If you didn't watch from the beginning, please go to my YouTube channel. If you cannot find the full video, Nancy Ganzakoffer YouTube will have a playlist for marketing mastery, and it's all of Kim and I's videos, or Kim's videos with Leslie, and all the tips that she gives. So please go over there and check out. And Paula said this was very helpful. Thank you both very much. And she's watching on YouTube, which is so awesome. Okay. Cool. All right, everyone. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you next month.
Okay. Have a great week.
Bye, everyone.